Good evening. I hope everybody's had a good day. I I bumped my head on a shelf at work. I be going hard sometimes at work. I do. I just always be going 150 miles per hour sometimes. It's hard for me to slow down. It's just never been really in my nature. I try to slow down when I know my body tells me to. But it's hard for me sometimes. That's why I was talking to some coworkers. I understand that everybody's in a hard place right now monetarily in different ways, and the economy is not helping, even though they keep saying the economy is great. Not for everyone, okay? And the cost of living and what we get paid they're not balanced, right? And so you have people in the work world that are, bitter and, disgruntled and things like that. And so they don't put forth the effort and the pride in their performance. And that's just not something I've ever ran on. Even if I feel like I'm being, taken advantage of and things like that, that's just, my work ethic has always been very important to me. And so I go 150 miles per hour. Sometimes it's hard for me to slow down, and I got a bumperoo. Boop, boop. We're going to rock it. There's something that came to me. I'm feeling really heavy today. I've just connected a little bit, and it's really hard for me to wrap my head around some of it. It just is. I'll never be able to fully wrap my head around it. There's just things that I'll never understand. But I think it was designed for me not to understand because my heart can't take it. The things that I don't understand, I've come to realize it's because God doesn't want me to understand it because my heart just can't take it. It cannot take the amount of grossness and betrayal that people will go to towards an individual. But then I look at the whole Charlie Kirk investigation and his passing and think of the grossness in that and think, well, we have people in the world that are capable of doing something so gross like that in front of all of our face and then hide it so evidently, so obviously. But anyways, this is something that I wanted to talk on and how money can be used as psychological warfare, because that's been something big in my life too, in false facades. Money is not just a currency, it's a leverage, it's a permission, and it's a silence. Money can be used as silence. I think there's a lot of people in a position right now where they unfortunately have to operate in silence because they took the money, they took the bait. And then there's those people that chose not to. Common tactics, conditional generosity. Help is offered only if you comply, stay quiet, or remain loyal. And that's the thing is, I found that within my my family dynamics, it's so hard for me because it's like, imagine living in a world that that you're surrounded by people that choose to operate in half-truths and dishonesty and lies, and yet they still go out of their way to try to treat you somewhat kindly, but then in the same sentence are condescending. It's like, at this point, I'd just rather no words be said. The unspoken message, you are safe as long as you behave. And that's kind of been my biggest thing. Like up until this last year, I was always in quotation safe because they were able to control me. They were able to box me in until I started speaking out. I started sharing my truths and I started moving and operating in my authenticity. And so my safety has been kind of skewed a little bit. And it's one of those things. Sudden rewards oft after harm. Exactly. Praise, bonuses, gifts, kindness appear after mistreatment. This creates confusion and self-doubt. Maybe it wasn't that bad. Maybe I'm wrong. And that's another thing I'm even seeing in different ways in the companies and stuff like that, where they dangle the bait and they give you this to where you then question, okay, well, maybe I was wrong. Maybe I wasn't feeling actually right because they gave me this bonus or they gave me this. But actually, whether money or this or that, it doesn't take away mistreatment. It doesn't take away illegal activities. You can offer all the money in the world, but it doesn't take away the fact that the illegal activities and the grossness of the mistreatment and the tactics and the attacks and the illusions, that doesn't discount what actually happened. Financial instability as control, withholding pay, changing roles, vague instructions, jobs insecurity, keep nervous system in survival mode, reducing resistance. And see, that's the thing is they expected me to always stay in my survival of the fittest, where it would reduce my resistance. But because I'm so resilient And I don't know anything different. This has kind of been my life, my entire life. I've been forged in this. We take care of our own narratives. No, you don't. They don't take care of their own. They throw you out to the wolves if you don't abide by what they say they are. You have to abide by what they say, or you out on your own, baby. You done here. We done here. You know, what fake love looks like. This is hard for me. Love bombing, intense praise, spiritual language. You're special. You're chosen. You know, and I just don't run alongside of you're chosen at all. I think we're all chosen and we're all special. I dang sure know I'm special, and I dang sure know I'm chosen, but I know everybody else is in their own nature if they choose to operate in that. You know, if people choose to operate in dishonesty, lies, cover-ups, corruption, deception, deceit, betrayal, envy, jealousy, hate, you're not, I mean, I hate to break it to you, but you're your own kind of special, to say the least. You're in your own little box, but you're definitely not chosen. Why would you be chosen to operate in that? That doesn't even make any bit of sense. Inconsistent warm. Affection appears and disappears unpredictably. That's been the biggest thing with me and my son and my family, is the affection. Like 1 minute it's good, the next minute it's bad. 1 minute it's good, the next minute it's bad. And again, I know this is all life and this and that, but when you start picking up the patterns and the synchronicities of things just not making sense, it goes beyond like that's life and teenage stuff and this and that. It's beyond that. I'll just do better. The love will come back. Spiritual affection, love framed as God's will. Family, unity, calling, making boundaries feel like betrayal or sin. That's the biggest thing, is wrapping my head around the betrayals. Because I set my boundaries, it's unlocked all the betrayals. And so that's been really hard for me to unpack. Just for me, because I know how I treated everybody outside of my life. You know, again, I never claimed to be perfect. And I made mistakes, don't get me wrong, but I never intentionally went into this world and intentionally hurt people. I never intentionally went out of my way to set up different plots, plans, schemes, and attacks to hurt somebody, intentionally hurt somebody. Like, I've never done that. I've never been on that side of the fence. Never. Why people wear masks in the world. This is my biggest qualm. So many times, so many people wear masks in the world. I get so tired of seeing these fake freaking masks. It's like they're an evil person inside and carry a dark side in them. But in the world, they're like the most greatest saint. I mean, just look at Erica. Look at all these religious people that just put themselves here. But deep down inside, they're the most vicious people in different ways. And it's like, it's so gut-wrenching to see, you know, when you walk amongst them. Most people are not villains. They are adapted, mask form, because survival rewards compliance. And that's the thing, is like, most people are not villains. They've just adapted to it, you know, because they've taken the bribes, they've taken the payout, they've chose money and abundance and things like that to lead them, right? And so when you choose those pathways, you're going to have to wear a mask. You just are. That is what this world has been set up. You know, if you choose to operate in your Christ conscience and things like that, you're not going to be able to operate in this. You're not going to be able to adapt to what you have to adapt to get these set abundance. You're just not, whether that's in the political arena, the religious arena, the entertainment arena, the business arena, corporate America arena, I mean, the judicial arena, the law arena. Like, you're just not. Your morals, your values, and your integrity and your dignity won't allow you to. It just won't. Systems reward people who don't question, don't feel too deeply, or don't rock the boat. Exactly. That's why it's been so hard for me with my platforms. Like right now, they're not even allowing me to upload anything on my YouTube account. Imagine is being good, blessed, and successful and godly protects status. Exactly. Being good and blessed and successful or godly protects status, but they have to adopt saying, okay, well, this person, because we say you're blessed, because we say you're successful, because we say you're godly, we will protect you because we protect our own. But see, is that how God operated? No. Is that how Jesus operated? No. So why are we operating like this? Truth threatens hierarchy. It does. Truth does threaten hierarchy. Emotional disconnection is normalized. Many people learn early that authenticity costs too much. I know my authenticity has cost me so much, I'll tell you that. So they perform instead of feeling. They do. Group belonging matters more than integrity. And that's the thing. So many people want to belong to a group than stand on integrity. And that's kind of where we're landing right now. Humans fear exclusion more than dishonesty. Masks keep people in, you know, they wear their mask. But Baron Coleman went live. I'm going to watch him. I'm feeling really just kind of down tonight for some, you know, I just got a lot. But I love you guys. Sweet dreams.